Okay. Yes. Hi, Daniele.
Hello, Eva. Hello, Inge.
Hi,
How are you?
Daniele.
Very fine. You?
Yes, very well, thank you. Nice to see you.
Yes. Nice to see you again.
It's been a
Yes,
long time. Way too
yes.
long.
Yes. Way too
My
long.
God, my God, way too long. Yes.
When
I
are you
think the
coming
last
to
time
Belgium?
I was in Belgium by you, it was probably November 2019.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's been more than a year already.
More than a year. Yeah. My God. Hopefully, I can come back soon, but who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
hope so.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have this brand new location and we look forward to welcome you over there.
And I saw some pictures on social media, Facebook and Instagram. It looks beautiful. My congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And people would love to get to know you personally and that you can present your wines to them yourself because they're very enthusiastic about it.
Now, yeah, thank you. I hope to be able to come back. I would love to do as soon as possible. And as soon you organize something, and as soon as it will be possible, you can count on me.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, Daniele, we will first we will do like this little interview, and we start with some general questions. The first question is: you were raised in a winemaker's family. Have you always had this passion for wine? And do you remember the very moment that you thought, okay, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to become a winemaker just like my father?
Yeah, I mean, yes, you are right. I was born in a family winemakers because both my father and my mother's family were both farmers. I say farmers because at that time people were not able to live just with the winemaking, and my grandfather, both grandfathers were farmers, so they were producing grape for wine production, but not only. They had animals, they had a general agriculture. Then my father started officially the winery, so just making business with the wine.
Hmm.
1960. So this year the winery has a 61 years old, and
Whoa.
yeah, it's not very long, but history, but it's already something.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are also proud of that. And yeah, me and my brother are very happy to be able to continue this experience.
Yes.
And how actually, when I was a kid, and I was student, I went to a different kind. I went to a different kind of school. I mean, I was not in the winemaking school because I had a nice and quite strong passion for everything was around economics and marketing and a little bit finance, a little bit. So I took a degree at university in economic and finance.
Hmm.
Mm.
Uh, so until that time, I had but inside me was the patient started at around 20 years old about wines. Little by little, it grew up this patience, and but I had the a clear idea that the way of my career in this school, in the economic school, has started, and it has to be finished. I have to take that degree, and it
Hmm.
was when I had 24 years old, and in the meantime, my passion grew up even more and more. But I was not sure that the wine was able to be my life, because at the same time, the winery, my family winery, was not growing. At that time it needed more young effort, more young energy, and my parents were not sure that me and my brother were taking everything on and running on the winery. So for some years they just continue to concentrate on the local market. When I took my degree, I went in Germany for a language school, just for fun. Now I speak a little bit German, and I took some wine with me, and when I was there, I presented that wine to some local people in Germany, and I sold my first bottles of Pelassa wine in. I export my first bottles of Pelassa wine, and that was the moment when I understood. I don't know, something inside me changed from that day,
Okay.
and the passion really started to be not just a dream, but a different kind of mentality inside me. And they say, okay, I feel this must be my life. And
Okay.
so
Great.
I came home from that trip. I said my parents, I don't want to look anymore for a job in a insurance or bank or something like that. I want to stay in the winery. Let's work hard to change things. So we bought more vineyards, more some.
Which year was it, Daniele? In which year was it then?
It was 1999.
Okay.
99.
Yeah.
21 years ago. 21 years ago,
Yeah.
22 almost. And yeah, so the first vintage, the 2020, 2000, sorry, was still, I was the very beginning. And the first vintages were the most difficult because my parents were very good winemakers, but therefore produce enjoyable daily wine.
Okay.
So they were not looking for the top selection, the top quality. They enjoyable, nice, but daily wine. So that was their focus. For the local market, Italian local market was more than enough. We understood the winery had to do something more. So we started to select the best grape as possible. We started to make. We were lucky enough to be able to buy more land very close to our vineyards. And yeah, now we have 15 hectares. That is not very much, but it's already something.
Yeah.
And it is a good size of that allow us to make really nice wine, I think, and to experiment also different kind of grape. And even if the focus has always been Arneis, Roero Arneis for the white, Barbera grape and Nebbiolo grapes. And from Nebbiolo grapes, we can produce different appellation. But we were sure that our area, our vineyard can really produce outstanding wines, able to compete with the best vineyards around Piemonte and of course also around the wine world. I mean.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a nice it's a little bit like a dream came true, came real. And
Yeah, it's a great story.
but yeah, please.
And so it's like 100% family business. And how would you say the tasks are divided between the different family members?
Yeah, we are two brothers, and I because of my personal skills, because of my the way of things are started, I am very concentrated in the winemaking. I am most of the time in the cellar, so I take care of the winemaking, the different process from the grape until the bottling. And
Okay.
of course, I have the contact with our customer, and most of the time, not just me, but most of the time, I am the frontman of the winery, because also I take care of the public relation.
Okay.
Um, my brother is very concentrated in the vineyards, so he is really the tractor man. He run he run he's take care of the real job of the wine of the vineyard growing,
Yeah.
and of as better job he do, um, as easier
For
way
you.
of
Yeah.
are in the cellar. So
Yeah.
that's, but it has always, it is not very close. So we are very often working together, but
Yeah.
of course we have to do some in two different way.
So
Yeah.
you're a good team together with your brother.
Yeah, yeah,
A,
yeah, yeah.
a bit
We
like
are in good relation. A little bit like you. We are in good relation. If everybody of us has a different skill, but if we work together in a good way, two person can make nice things.
yeah, great. So very complimentary also.
Yes, I will say him. Yes, thank
And
you.
would you say, since you are very, how would you say, since he's doing the work in the vineyards and you're doing the work in the cellars, and that makes a perfect team, is this also the case in type of character? Are you very different type of person?
Yes, sometimes I mean probably I am more keen on PR and public relation.
Uh-huh.
Uh, And so that's probably why I take more care of the public relation. And regarding the material, the real job, I mean, yeah, I think he has a more with a very heavy job of the vineyard. He's much better. So he's a very strong man.
Yeah.
Uh, he
He has.
never give up, and he works like for two, and so for me is a very good. Uh, and also for the budget of the winery, of course. And no, he is he has a good, a very strong passion for the vineyard. So and then I started because I spend more time in the cellar and trying to understand the best way to produce wine. I when to create nice wine, great wines, there are a lot of not secrets, but process, little secret about the process of the winemaking that uh, everybody of us, winemakers, understand year after year after year after year.
Yeah.
Probably we are also more trained tasting wine from the tank, for example. And so it's natural that everybody of us is specialized in different way, in different things. So after several 20 years of spending time in the cellar, probably I am a little bit more prepared now.
Yeah. Of course. So you grow in time.
If we need help in the cellar, he come. Or if like this spring when it was not possible to travel, me and all the family were working in the vineyard as well. So we it's not so much separated the two.
Divided.
Yeah.
Yeah. You help one another the as much as you can, but each has his specialty, of course.
Yeah. Yes.
So and Daniele, you are the man of the vinification actually. Do you have a favorite wine of the range?
Yeah, I have a favorite grape actually. To be honest, my very favorite grape is for sure the Nebbiolo grape. The all what around the Nebbiolo grape. So we are in Piemonte. We are lucky, very lucky to be able to grow a beautiful grape, that's the Nebbiolo, that can create very interesting wines, not just with the special cru of Barolo or the Super Riserva, but even in the easier selection, the Nebbiolo grape can really express some very enjoyable and interesting wine. So I am very in love with this grape. There are also some other region out of Alba region that are also very interesting in my opinion. But it's a very local grape. Just in Piemonte, you can find nice Nebbiolo wine with such a top level of quality and elegance. So I'm very big fan of Nebbiolos in all his appellation.
Yeah, because you have Nebbiolo from, of course, Barolo, what's most known, but you have also Nebbiolo from appellation called Roero. Can you explain the difference between the two appellations and the style, the different style of wine and the different style of Nebbiolo?
Yes, yes. The grape, I must say, the grape is the same. So the clone are the same, and our winemaking process is the same. The difference between the wines that come from a Nebbiolo, from a Roero, the difference between Nebbiolo from Roero and Nebbiolo from Langhe, from Barolo area, it depend on the soil. So the reason why the wines are different is because there are two different kinds of soil. In Roero, where we have our main cellar, we have mostly is a much younger terroir. So that kind of this area, the Roero, is an area that grow up from the sea only 1.5 or 2 million years ago. So before there was a sea here, and so now we have a soil very rich of sand. The sand give a very particular elegance, minerality, sapidity, and the tannins are not very big and strong as we can find on the other side of our territory. There is a river that is the border between the two areas. And on the other side, in the Barolo area, we have more clay. So we depend. There are different terroirs, but we have vineyard in Verduno, and we have two different kind of soil. So in the other side, there is not so much sand as in the Roero. So more clay, so more power, and more masculine tannins.
Yeah.
So the Roero, if we explain with one word, the Roero is finesse, elegance, and I would say feminine elegance character. The Barolo is masculine, more powerful, more tannic style of Nebbiolos.
Okay, two completely different styles actually to explore the grape or the variety Nebbiolo. And can you explain, because congratulations with the points of Parker you got this year, because they were very high. And so you have two kinds of Barolo actually. You have the normal Barolo, if I can say that, and then you have Barolo San Lorenzo di Verduno. Those are
Yes.
two different styles. Can I say that, or what's there the difference actually?
Yeah, so let me say, first of all, San Lorenzo di Verduno is an official MGA, menzione geografica aggiuntiva, is a cru. There is now there are a list of special, let me say, cru. Actually, in Italian we call MGA. There are that special vineyard that are listed in this in the appellation rules. All the vineyard inside these little areas can be described, can take the name of the area. So our vineyard is in the San Lorenzo di Verduno, and we can put that name on the label. Why there is we producer created this list of official cru, because each one has a different style, each one has a different character depending on the village where they are, on the exposure, on the soil, on how old are the soil, and so on and so on. So each one has a different character. And of course, outside of this specific vineyard, the style of the wine and the grape are different. Even if the clone are the same, let me say in very easy way, the taste of the wine is different. So the difference between our Barolo Classico, that is a Barolo that comes from a vineyard always in Verduno, but outside of the little specific MGA San Lorenzo.
Yeah.
So the San Lorenzo has a particular finesse, a particular elegance, a particular, in the specific vineyard, a spicy, very spicy, elegant, and character with a pepper that remind pepper and flowers and so on. And that the classical Barolo mixed a little bit. The classical Barolo is a very classical style with more leather, more tobacco character, typical for Barolo. And so that's the main difference between the two different Barolos.
Are there differences in the soil also between the two?
There are a difference in the soil, even if there is the village is the same. But of course, in that case, regarding Barolo and Barolo San Lorenzo, the main difference is the exposure. The San Lorenzo is really the better side of the hill.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Okay.
the very better side of the hill, the very special part of the hill. The San Lorenzo is a vineyard of 70 years old.
Yeah.
A very low production. Is a 85% is southeast. So
Or
it's a different thing. You know, also to make a special selection, we don't call it reserva. We call it. There is something that I want to tell you. Probably in the future, we will change a little, even more our appellation. I mean, now we had also a Barolo Riserva that we are not producing anymore. We will produce even more and more wines with an official appellation of the vineyard, so of the MGA. That happened with the Barolo San Lorenzo. Will happen this year with Roero wines as well. So we will produce this year a Roero Bianco Arnese from a single vineyard, from a MGA Tucci, and we will produce a Roero Rosso as well from Nebbiolo, always from a MGA from Roero. So that we will focus even more and more, not just on the Riserva appellation, that is just a matter of how long we age the wine in the cellar. We want to focus on the vineyard, on the identity of that vineyard, and that make the difference between the other wine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Exactly.
very, very interesting and very promising.
And, oh, please.
Yes, another question. You are now making wines for more than 20 years, if I'm not mistaken. What is for you your biggest challenge you had to conquer, or you had to face up to? The biggest problem you ever met, or during all those years, was there something that you said, one year or one vintage that happened and we really didn't know what to do, and what did you do to solve it eventually?
To be honest, the first vintages that from 2000 to 2004. So we changed a lot from 2005. For the first vintages were the most difficult for me and for us, because the change of the winery from before to the new way of winemaking was very difficult. Our parents, my father was very open, but probably he was not prepared to understand how. So one is important to have experience, and that doesn't is not. But sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes it's necessary. It's not only. It's not enough. Sorry, it's not enough. Sometimes we have to make a mix of experience with new techniques, with new ideas, with new way of working the vineyards. So it's a mix of difference. So and at the beginning I was not the first vintages were not easy, because I did not find exactly the style of of our vineyards. So it took us 2 or 3 years to understand the best way to express the potential, our potential. And after that, everything went much smoother and better. Actually, the secret that is not a secret of of making
Yeah, Eva.
Probably.
Now we have to listen very
Yeah,
carefully.
yeah, yeah. Tell us some secrets.
is to produce the best grape as possible, to have vineyard, to be smart enough to have the best vineyard as possible,
Mm.
and to do less as possible in the cellar. So just transform the grape in wine and to be as much pure as possible.
Yes.
This is why we are so lucky with our with Nebbiolo, for example, with local grape, Barbera Nebbiolo, because I think they are good themselves. We don't have to do anything more, just control the process and nothing more else.
Yeah.
And be careful with the aging, taking care. But as less we do, as better we do.
Yeah, we really
And
believe in that too. Yeah. That you don't have to interfere the process and that you have really a pure product, and actually you really taste that too. When you have a glass of wine that's very pure, it's a very big difference. It's like, yeah, it's something, yeah, it's so fine,
yeah,
it's very pure, it's something we
yeah.
always
That's
search in a wine.
and you just are running your new shop, and at the same time, by our side, we have just started to operate in our new cellar. Now
Yeah.
we also have a new seller, and that I must say, with a little bit better logistic, help us to also to work in even in a better way. Now we have a very nice underground cellar where we can age the wine at a constant temperature, in a perfect humidity, and just is just the best way to let it rest and lie and take his time, and we just have to make sure that everything run smoothly, and I believe let me say, in the next 2, 3, 5 years, the general quality of our wines can increase a little more,
Even
because
more.
we have conditioned now to make even better wines. Yes,
The big
I am
promise you
very
make.
Possible, but we
Yeah.
take your word for
I'm sure. I know already. We know that we can make it something better. I know for sure. We are not the best, and but now we are in the condition to make things in very good way.
Yeah, you are too
Okay.
modest, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And I hope that very soon we will be able to travel again so that we
Yeah.
visit the new installation and
We have to organize something by us, maybe a nice presentation with you, your friends, your families, everybody.
that
Yeah, we
would be
will.
great.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, Daniele, we talked about your greatest challenge. But what do you consider your greatest achievement in all those years? What is something that you say, oh, I'm really very proud of that fact, that for me was the best possible result I could dream of, something like that?
No, the best. I think I speak about myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I was always because we are actually, if you look at a map, our region, our wine region, not Barolo, speaking about the Roero now, where is the main seller and is a little bit at the border of the area. And I understood that this could be absolutely, I don't want to say the best, but could be a very promising wine area if we can make the things in the best way. We can compare our wines with the best wines of the world. And I always believe on that. And I was sure it was possible to prove that. And I think I was very coherent with my idea. I never changed my mind.
Yeah.
I was when I was 20, said I think we have the potential. We have to do that. We have to try. And we have, after we had some problems, we had some difficulties at the beginning, but I was always sure that we have the stuff, we have the potential to make beautiful things. And I am proud to be not to have changed my mind in the meantime. You know, I was always very convinced on that, and I think I proved myself and everybody that we can do very nice things.
Yeah, so you kept believing and you never gave up, and that's why you are today
Yeah,
where you are
that
now.
is part that is part of our character, and we if we really gave all our energy in this job is not just is not anymore a job, is our life.
Yeah.
Our families are all involved in this life, and hopefully the new generation will start also with this job, and it's a very nice job, and yeah, we are, but it's not just a job, it's a way of living, and we are completely involved.
That's great. That's great to hear such a passion and such a conviction, and that you keep fighting for something that you why you understand from the beginning that this potential is there, and you just keep going for it. That's great. That's really great. And is there still something that you consider to be like your biggest dream, something that you would like to accomplish in the future?
You know, there are still, first of all, I would love to see the new seller very complete. Now is still we are using, but it's not 100% completed. But it will be one day. And I would love to. My idea is to make always the even better, even better. So I don't want to have too much vineyard and too much wines. Our main goal for the future will be to increase as much as possible the quality of the wine that we have at the moment. If I could dream on something, maybe some other nice vineyard, but not to increase the volume, but maybe a nice cru, for example, a nice MGA, and we are always keeping our eyes open.
Open.
Yeah. I'm very ambitious.
Who knows? It's not a must. If happened, we will be happy and ready. But if the most important and the best result we could reach is to increase the level of our wines that we are producing now. So we want to make another step.
Okay.
Okay.
Daniele, are you making now? I'm sorry. are you making also a sparkling wine in the future now, or?
I forgot to tell you now, with the new cellar, we are started already the production of the Roer sparkling. So the white is sparkling. So we will release this spring. It's metodo Martinotti. So it's not a champagne, not a metodo classico.
Yeah.
We think Arnais give his best with our Charma method.
Yeah.
So it has a nice minerality, nice freshness. And we want to present a sparkling with this way. So it's actually the basis, the wine is very nice. And we were very happy about it was the first experience. So the first step is done in a good way. So
Yeah.
let's see how will be the evolution, how will be the wine when will be bottled, and then I can say it's something. It's an experiment. So it's not yet released now, but it will be soon. I mean, in 3 months or so.
Okay, we're looking forward to taste the sample.
Yeah, it's an exciting project.
Yes. Yeah, we have some projects. We have a couple of new ones. I mean, a couple of always from our Arnais, Roero Arnais from a single vineyard, the Tucci, and the sparkling one.
Okay, nice.
We look forward to it.
Yeah.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
Another question, Daniele. Do you see big differences between the consumer behavior in your own country and other countries? I mean, like, for instance, if we take the example of Spain, they say, okay, we produce a lot of cava, for instance, but in the domestic markets, the consumption is not that big as abroad. Do you see things like that also happening in Italy?
Yes and no. I mean, in Italy, in the local market, there are two different kind of consumers. There are consumers that are prepared, so they are able and prepared to buy and to drink nice wine. Somebody every day, some maybe just in the weekend, but good quality wine. So in a price range, in a medium price range. So at a certain like Barbera, Nebbiolo, so 20 euro more or less, or a little bit less, a little bit more, but there is this kind of wine consumers. There is very little range of consumers that are prepared to buy the big names, the big wines. So Barolo, Roero Riserva is something more exclusive. So there is a market, but actually the market for the private customers, private people at home is difficult. Is more for the restaurant segment, that kind of wines. And actually, anyway, is not such a big market. Actually, the volume of Barolo for the local market, I think, is not very big. So we see there is a good demand of the medium range wine. So that's and usually both white and red. Then there is another segment of customer that are still looking now for nice, enjoyable daily wine.
Yeah.
So there is most of these customer buy wine open wines. So maybe some in bag-in-box, for example.
Yeah.
Some other in big bottles, Damigiana, you know what is the big bottle, 20, 30 liters or 50 liters, and they bottle themselves at home. So there is still this kind of market that is just for daily wines. So nice, enjoyable, very pleasant, but also in a price range much lower. I mean.
Okay, and where do you situate yourself and the Pelassa wines? Are you more focused towards the domestic markets or more for to the export markets?
No, we are, in terms of sales, we are more focused on the export market. We export about 85% or of our wines. Probably in the 2000 last year we reached about 90% of the export market, because last year in Italy was very difficult. Was very, very difficult. So in general, our sales was quite not bad at all last year. Also because of the nice feedback we had from the partner points, I must admit. But the local market was more difficult than usual. So all the hotel, restaurant, and the Horeca segment was completely not completely closed, because during summer was quite good, but the spring and the winter was bad. So we lose sales in the local market, but we gain more markets in the export, like in the USA. We gain a little bit more because of the partner point. So, but fortunately, we have not many, but we have customers like Guinea, for example, that sell their wines directly to consumers. And so even with the lockdown, our customers were not closed. They just changed their target from restaurant to private customers.
Yes.
So everything went on anyway.
Yeah, because you told earlier that in Italy the more expensive wines, like the Roero Riserva, like the Barolo, they are for the domestic market. They are more for the restaurants and the gastronomy. While I think that in Belgium, for instance, it's more the other way around. That let's say the majority of the restaurants are focused on the more affordable wines, I would say, and the more exclusive wines like the Roero Riserva, like the Barolo, they are more for the private customers. I look at Eva at the same time to see if she agrees, of course, but that's
depends. It depends, of course, but yeah, I can follow you, Inge.
Yeah, it's probably is in Italy, the person that buy and like to buy a Barolo, they do and drink a Barolo, or let me say a champagne, for example, or a great wine in the good situation, maybe when they are with friend, with group during event or something like that. So that's why in Italy there is this kind of experience. So the restaurant for sure is the main market for the top brand. I spoke in the last days with my colleagues, big names of Piemonte producer, very focused on the restaurant business, and last year they suffered a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bigger, very, very, very expensive names that were very much focused on the price list, on the chart of the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
They were last year. They suffered a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they always were let me say didn't pay too much attention to the consumers in terms of wine shops and so on. And last year they suffered more than the others.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, here in Belgium, it's a bit the same situation. So businesses who were very focused on the gastronomy, they suffered the most, I guess. And then, of course, you need to be creative and you need to try to approach other audiences, other
Customers.
yeah,
Shoppers.
target
Yeah.
clients. But it's a bit comparable, that's for sure.
And the restaurants are still closed in Belgium, right? Or
Yeah.
are
Yeah. They're still closed. They were first talking about to open around beginning of March, but it's not going very well. So people are talking now that's probably they will open even later, April or even later. So we don't know how it will when they will open. So it's a very uncertain period for many people. Also, yeah, for us also because we have a lot of clients in that have restaurants, and that's a difficult thing, of course.
of course, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, we will see.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
will see, and of course, yeah, we have to stay positive, and we are still very
Yeah,
positive.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think people will love to go back to the restaurant. I'm
Yes,
sure everything
yes.
will be. I am sure that this situation cannot last forever.
No,
So
of course
one,
not.
maybe one day that things will change again.
Yeah,
So maybe it will not come anymore like before. The world has changed, is changing, but this situation cannot last forever.
of course not. No, I'm looking forward so badly the day we can go to the restaurants again and we can travel again. Oh
Nice.
my
Me
god.
too.
Okay. So
Yes.
Daniele, we want to thank you for the nice chat we had. It was very interesting. And
Thank you for your invitation.
yes,
And we want to wish you good luck with all the exciting projects you are doing at the moment. So it sounds very promising, and we hope we will receive some samples soon.
You will soon. Yes. And congratulations again for your beautiful shop.
thank you
Thank
very
you, thank you. We
much.
hope to welcome you there very soon. Let's hope this
Very good.
crisis will be over very soon and we see each other again then.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much and
Thank
have
you
a
very
nice
much.
evening.
Take
Okay.
care. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.